For over 200 years, one name has defined the pinnacle of Scotch whisky craftsmanship.
In 1801, James and John Chivas opened their grocer's shop in Aberdeen. They quickly became known as purveyors of luxury goods. Their excellence was affirmed by a royal warrant. Every single malt in this blend has matured for a minimum of 18 years, not 1 year less.
Islay's peat bogs give its whisky a smoky flavour. Campbelltown's coastal air adds a briny note. Speyside's river water creates a smooth taste. And the lowlands produce lighter whiskies.
People think blending is simple. It's the opposite. It's the most complex art in whiskey making.
Barley is everything. The quality of grain directly determines the quality of spirit.
On the left, raw barley. On the right, malted barley, which is germinated. Under the microscope, the difference is clear. This animation shows how enzymes convert starch to sugar. On the malting's floor, the germinated barley is spread out.
Tradition meets scale. Both serve the same sacred purpose.
Speyside water is naturally soft, filtered through ancient rock, mineral perfect for whiskey.
CHIVAS 18 uses lightly peated malts for subtle complexity, not the heavy smoke of Islay.
Yeast is responsible for over 60% of a whiskey's flavor compounds. Its selection is a closely guarded secret.
Nothing enters Strathila that hasn't passed our standards. Nothing.
Large steeping tanks fill with cold water as barley is poured in from above. Time-lapse shows the grains absorbing water, triggering germination. Workers check the grain by biting. It must be soft right through.
Germination must be controlled perfectly. Too warm and the enzyme activity burns out. Hot air and peat smoke blast through the kiln floor, halting germination and turning the malt golden. The pagoda roof the whiskey's smoke level, an aromatic smoke against the Scottish sky.
Too fine and you clog the mash tun. Too coarse and you lose sugar extraction. In the mash tun, hot water is added in stages. This activates enzymes in the grain to convert starches into fermentable sugars. The rotating rakes stir the mash, and the sweet liquid, known as wort, is then drained from the bottom. This sweet liquid is the foundation of everything. If the wort is wrong, nothing can fix it downstream.
This is where whiskey truly begins to find its character.
The worker adds yeast slurry to the wort, starting fermentation. Yeast cells multiply rapidly, consuming glucose and producing ethanol and CO2. Temperature rises naturally as foam builds. This process takes 48 to 72 hours.
The longer the fermentation, the more complex the congenner profile. Chivas runs long fermentations for maximum fruit character. This is the finished wash, flowing from the washback. It looks like a cloudy beer. From here, distillation beer and Germorton beer. The hazy golden liquid creates character and smells of overripe fruit and fresh bread. The wood hosts wild bacteria that add complexity. Precision and hygiene are everything. Chivas uses traditional wood at Strathila. The debate, tradition versus modern methods in distilling.
These stills have been shaping Strathila's character since 1786.
In a pot still, the wash is heated in the body, vaporizing and rising through the neck and line arm. The still's shape affects reflux, where vapors condense and fall back, controlling flavor weight, and the spirit collects in the safe.
The first distillation strips the alcohol from the wash but keeps many impurities. The real magic comes in the second pass. Any moment now, the four shots will arrive. The dangerous, undrinkable first spirit. This is the cut. Make it too early or too late and the entire batch is compromised. Heart cut collected, 65–70%.
Four shots, pungent and harsh. Heart cut, pure, fragrant, and fruity. Faints, heavy, oily, and unpleasant. Only the heart goes to casks.
This is a spirit safe, locked by HMRC. The stillman can monitor the spirit but cannot on Scotland's most taxed product still operates in distilleries today. Grain whisky is the backbone of a blend. It provides lightness, texture, and allows the malts to shine. CHIVAS 18 uses multiple grain whiskies. Right now, this cannot legally be called Scotch whisky. It must mature for a minimum of 3 years in oak. CHIVAS 18 waits 6 times longer.
We use 3 main types of oak here at CHIVAS: American ex-bourbon, European ex-sherry. We check the stave quality, char, and history. The cask contributes up to 70% of the flavor.
Every cask is a living, breathing vessel. The cooper's craft is as important as the distiller's. From this moment, 18 years of patience begins. This is the cathedral of Scotch whisky. Time does the work here. We call it the angel's share. The angels drink well at CHIVAS.
Spirit molecules penetrate the oak as the charcoal layer filters impurities. Lignin breaks down into vanillin, while hemicellulose releases sweet lactones.
After 18 years, this cask has reached its peak. Any longer and the oak would dominate.
Sherry note the sherry does. The sherry, when filled with the Scotch spirit, it imparts flavors of dried fruit, dark chocolate, and walnut, the backbone of CHIVAS 18. I never taste during blending. My nose tells me everything. A great blend is like a great orchestra. Every instrument matters. Every batch of CHIVAS 18 must taste identical to the last. Consistency is the ultimate craft. Grain whisky is the light, creamy canvas. Its subtle body allows fruit and sherry notes to shine. Without grain, the malts would fight each other. What took days to perfect in miniature must now be executed perfectly at industrial scale, without losing a single note of character.
Marriage allows the components to harmonize. Edges soften. The blend becomes one voice, not many.
Consistency is not luck. It is a living archive of accumulated sensory knowledge passed between generations. Not a single bottle of CHIVAS 18 ships without unanimous approval from this panel.
Add water too fast and you shock the spirit. The character can flatten. We do it slowly, gently.
The whiskey is chilled to 0 degrees CC in jacketed tanks. At low temperatures, fatty acid esters that cause cloudiness when water is added precipitate out. Chilting means to line cellulose pad. Does CHIVAS 18 use caramel coloring? Like most blended scotches, a small amount may be added for batch consistency. This contrasts with non-chill filtered, no color add expressions in the premium market.
The same care that went into 18 years of maturation extends to the final 18 seconds of bottling.
The angular shoulders convey a muscular, confident strength. The shield represents heritage, gold accents luxury. Amber glass protects the spirit from light.
CHIVAS 18 is gifted at life's most important moments. The packaging must honor that.
First, rich dark chocolate, then dried fruits, raisin, fig, date, then something floral, orange blossom. Finally, that signature Strathalus sweetness, butterscotch and hazelnut. The palate is velvety, creamy texture from the grain, then a wave of dried fruit, a touch of cinnamon and ginger spice. Then the finish, incredibly long, warming, with dark chocolate and a whisper of smoke. Neat in a tulip glass unlocks the full aroma. Over ice, dilution opens fruit notes and lowers intensity. A highball with soda and an orange twist is a Japanese-style serve gaining global traction.
Welcome, let's explore pairings for CHIVAS 18. First, dark 70% chocolate amplifies the sherry notes. Richness on richness. Slow roasted lamb, the whiskey spice cuts the fat, and sticky toffee pudding, a Scottish match.
Every bottle of CHIVAS 18 is made with a commitment to leaving Scotland as beautiful as we found it. We didn't create Chivas 18. We simply had the patience to wait for it.